Hey, how are y'all doing?
Hi, everyone.
It's us again.
By the way, you may notice that I do have a haircut.
Yeah. Down here we got a saying, it could be haircut, he got his ears lowered, so that's just kind of the way we talk down here. So anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at G1 Transformers, and they kind of got a weird way of talking. They kind of repeat themselves. One is like a mad scientist. He loves to experiment on Autobots, Decepticons, and humans. And then they feed on any and everything that they see. Rather, they definitely like eating metal. Now, if you would say, they have a weird way of talking, and if you said the Insecticons, there you go, then you would be correct. So this right here is the review of the G1 Insecticons.
And there is three of them, and this is one of them. The other two are at the reviewing area, but we only have one of these to show y'all in front of the camera. And this is Bombshell.
This is Bombshell. And like I said, they have a strange way of talking, and their appetite for feeding is ferocious. And I do remember these as far as G1. When we seen them, they didn't make a lot of sense back then until they integrated itself with the G1 cartoon. Then it started making more sense. So as always, we have the bios for each one to give them some character and what they're about, because each one has their own unique personality. So we're going to turn the camera around and we're going to get on with the review.
Stay tuned.
So we will see y'all here in a minute. So here we are again. Good to see y'all. So this is the review of the G1 Insecticons.
And the Insecticons are Kickback, Bombshell, which we have shown y'all in the beginning of the video, and Shrapnel.
Yes, and each one of them is different with as far as personality and who they are. Now, each one of them has kind of a sick, sadistic kind of way of going about luring Autobots and Decepticons into what their intentions are. And we will get off into that here in a minute. These guys were meant as different colors back in the before they become Insecticons in the Diaclone version.
That's what I was about to say too, because these were originally Diaclone figures before they became Transformers.
Right, like the line Diaclone and stuff like that. These were some more stuff that was brought to United States from overseas, and they got brand new paint schemes because they did not look like this. Kickback right here was actually green and red, and then Bombshell had a different color, and so did Shrapnel. But when they come to America, this is the paint scheme that they gave them, and then they gave each one of them individual personalities. Where just a regular Diaclone, they were just robots, and that's the reason why you see the tops, and we'll show each one of them where the little Diaclone figure would sit.
Or the Diaclone pilot.
Right.
Going.
The Diaclone pilot. So that's the reason why you see a bunch of G1s where they have little squares cut out. It's like a little guy should be put in there. And if you thought that, then you are correct. But as y'all know, when they come to America, they did away with the little figure, but they kept the open hatches.
Which we will show y'all. But first, we're gonna get to the bios of each one of these Insecticons.
Insecticons. So what we're going to start out with first will be Bombshell. Kind of the mad scientist. The mad person behind just getting kicks and joys off of controlling Autobots, Decepticons, and even humans. He did make appearances in G1 cartoons from time to time, along with the other two Insecticons. You didn't see him that much in the 19 Transformer the movie. You didn't see him that much.
And as you can see here, his beast mode is what is called a robotic rhino beetle.
Okay, alright. He transforms into a rhinoceros beetle.
Rhinoceros beetle, which is kind of like a rhino beetle.
Yeah, so this is kind of his alt mode. It's a beetle. With a ferocious appetite for eating, besides destroying stuff. So when I got this figure, he had one arm that was broke. But originally, I had a couple other bombshells that we do have to show that where I had to take and replace his arm and put a better arm on him, because when I got him, he had no arm.
We actually had three versions of Bombshell.
Yes.
Two of them were the original ones, but the third one, which is this one, we just bought it.
He is original G1, but like I said, he had an arm missing, so I knew that I had replacement parts, so I went ahead and replaced the arm. The chrome. Normally the chrome over years got some wear, but the chrome is in pretty good shape on all three of these Insecticons. So anyway, we're going to get off into the bio of this guy, Bombshell, and then Colton's going to get off into the transformation. So he transforms into a rhinoceros beetle, Bombshell. The subgroup is Insecticons. That's who he belongs to. This whole subgroup is the Insecticons. His function is psychological warfare. His saying is, the mind is my playpen. The bios. The whole world is Bombshell's science project. He's a cruel experimenter. He enjoys taking control of others' minds and then sadly torturing them mentally and physically. Bombshells eagerly invites his comrades to watch as he orders his victims to perform humiliating acts that ruins their personal lives. The other Decepticons find Bombshell's antics to be entertaining, but even they get unsettled by how enthusiastic he becomes. By the time Bombshell gleefully orders one of his victims to destroy himself, as each Decepticon is left wondering if Bombshell wouldn't jump at the chance to do the same to one of them. His abilities is he's above average intelligence. He can launch cerebro shells. They are mind-controlling shells. These shells are adaptable for humans, Autobots, and Decepticons. In some of the cartoons of G1, and then you can see Bombshell use some of these cerebro shells as mind-altering weapons that he implants in. It could be Autobots, Decepticons, or even humans. And this is where he would shoot the cerebro shells out of. So now we're going to get on to the transformation of Bombshell.
But before we get into the transformation, for his articulation, the only articulation that he has is this rhino horn here, which is like a laser cannon.
It shoots cerebro shells out of it. This is what he does. This is what he's known for. This right here, he shoots the cerebro shells out of this cannon right here for mind-altering, controlling type weapon.
But it can move up and down, and that's it. Oh, and to show you where the little Diaclone pilot sits in, it's in this yellow translucent part, which is a cockpit that you can open up, and that's where you would fit in the little Diaclone dudes in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right.
And as you could see, some of the stickers is worn off.
Yep.
Except for the little rub symbol.
I couldn't get it to work earlier. It may not work. I don't know. So, like I said, he is a mad scientist in a way.
Oh, here we go.
Oh man, that come out good. Rub it right quick. Let's see if it can generate enough heat. It did work. Okay. Alright. Well,
there we go. You could see the Decepticon symbol there.
so as far as the rub symbols and stuff like that, it's kind of an homage to how good the engineering was back then. Some of them still work excellent. He is a rhinoceros beetle. That's what he is alt mode after. So
to transform him, you're gonna come to the back here and flip out these things here, which will become his legs. Take his beast mode legs and flip them out, which will become his arms. Mm-hmm. And for the horn here, you're gonna bring it down on this joint and bring it back on this black joint here, which will reveal the robot mode head.
And normally in the cartoons you always see Bombshell about right there. About right there is normally where you'll see him have his crest. It's not all the way laid back.
And that's his robot mode.
Right, that's his robot mode. And when I got him, like I said, I had to replace one arm. But if you know what you're doing, it's fairly simple. You just keep the, just be aware of all the moving parts and stuff like that, and you put it back together. It's not a problem. The chrome on him still looks good for it to be an older, old 1980s Insecticons. So,
and to give you a little close-up of how the chrome is, you could see it's looking great. Well, it does have a little bit of wear and tear. Like, you could see a little bit of yellow here. That's visible. And there's even some yellow on the horn here, which I can... Oh, you could see a little bit right there.
okay.
Don't know if y'all can see it. Oh, there it is.
So,
but the rest of it is still intact.
now there's one thing that struck me as I was looking at the other two bombshells. He's about to fall over. About to do a face plant. Now, this is a prime example of what happens to the chrome over years.
Because you could see all that chrome, which was on there, has completely worn out.
Right, has completely worn off, no longer there. It's partially there. But get a close-up of this right quick, Colton. Now, y'all see that, right? Okay. I want to show y'all the next one. Y'all see something different with that one? I noticed this when I was repairing them with the other two. This bombshell right here, his horn is not exactly the same. His horn has two little cannons on it, where this one here does not.
Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to show y'all the difference, and I don't know why they did that. But it's a little fun fact that I thought I'd throw in there. You know, both chrome parts are worn off. His don't have it. His is just like this one here. So this one here, when I went to look at it real good, that's when I noticed. I said, hey, we got extra cannons on this one, where the other two don't. So I don't know, that's just a little fun fact that I wanted to show y'all, and this is what they look like with no arms and worn pieces on them. So these are what bombshells look like when they get loose, floppy, and just fall apart on you, and you know.
And there's more chrome on his legs that completely worn off. Especially this one here. But the other one, yeah, you can see that it still does have some chrome on it, but it's completely worn out. Just a little bit. But that one definitely got it all gone.
Yep, got it all gone. So, I just wanted to throw that in there, how different even these Transformer molds were back in the 1980s. Where you have two cannons on this one, and then the other two, they're not even there. They're not even there. And they're all three from the 1980s. So, I don't know what happened.
And here's his head sculpt here.
That is his head sculpt.
And here's the rest of him.
So Colton, can the articulation, can the arms roll back all the way around?
Okay. For articulation, his arms can rotate all the way around, and they can't like kind of move in and out if you can use that transformation joint. And his legs can go forward about...
Yeah, some of them might be stiff. Well, about that far. Like I said, it's... What's up?
I'm using this one here. Oh.
They're about the same.
Okay.
Because of the square pegs that...
So his legs can only move up about that far, and can only move back about that far. And that's it.
That's it. And normally, like I said, when you see him in the cartoon, his helmet is about right there. Barely over his face, but just enough to where you can make it out. So, and he does shoot cerebro shells out of right here.
And he does come with a normal gun that you can fit in both of his hands, but we don't have it.
Yeah, the guns we do not have on all three of them. But like I said, he's got little cannons.
But he does have some little cannons here.
Right there by the hands.
On both of his arms.
So that, my friends, is the G1 bombshell. And he's kind of like the spokesperson for the subgroup for Insecticons. He's kind of like the leader, but there's really no leader. They're kind of just like a misfit team. But when it comes to mind controls, this is who the Decepticons call him. So, with that said, our next one is going to be that little guy.
Who's named Kickback.
Kickback.
And as you can see, he does transform into a little grasshopper.
Into
a robotic one.
Yes, a robotic grasshopper. So,
and you can see that this one's missing a little antenna right there, which looks like this one, but this one broke off.
All right. Yep, that's true. That's true. Okay, we'll get off as Colton's kind of showing him off in front of the camera. I will get off into the bio and
I accidentally
hit
the camera.
Camera swung around a little. It's okay. Kickback. He is the subgroup part of the Insecticons. His function is espionage. His saying is, friends is another word for fool. Kickback is one of the most charming, likable beings you'll ever likely to meet. He collects friends the way others do Energon cubes. But scratch the surface though, and you'll find a Colton, I cannot say this word. Manipulative.
Well, manipulative.
I cannot say it. Say it. Manipulative. Manipulative. Oh man. Find a
manipulative
blackmailer that loves digging up dirt on his new pals to force them to work for him. Humans are particularly likely to fall prey to his honest words of doom. Abilities in the insect mode, his supercharged legs allow him to jump at great distance and kick through solid steel. So, and believe me, when I was reading this, I wrote it down and then I said it perfect in my mind, but when it starts to come out, some of these words just jump out at me. Anyway, he is a grasshopper. So now that is the bios, the kickback. He is a charmer. He is use likable words to pull people into what he's saying. Then once he finds out about you, he will backstab you. So this way you will fall under his bidding and so he can control you, more or less, until he gets finished using you, and then of course we know what happens after that. So that is the bio for this guy, Kickback. And I'm gonna let Colton get off into the transformation.
But before we get into to the transformation, of course we need to show y'all his features and how he moves. So for his articulation, his head can swivel, but if you move it all the way around, you expose his robot mode face here. But these antennas here can't move up and down. And the legs do, they do move up and down. And these little legs can also move up and down. And you can move them independently.
Yes, because they're on separate...
separate joints.
Yes, they're on separate joints and pins.
And of course you can move these wings up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And the legs, well, the back legs can't move up and down. Well, they only move up about...
That far. About that far.
That far.
Yeah.
And these legs can kind of move up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And for this translucent part, you can open it up and display the little Diaclone figure inside.
See there, he just tried to jump.
Because I forgot to show y'all the little rub symbol here.
Well, I don't know if it's going to work. I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No, some of this don't even work. Some of it does, some of it doesn't.
He said... Decepticon here. Because you could see the little Decepticon symbol. And the chrome here, as you can see, does have a little bit of wear and tear here.
Yeah.
But to transform him, you're gonna take these purple legs and close them up to make his robot mode arms, because these are gonna form his robot mode arms. Take the wings here, flip them back, and rotate his arms so they look like this. And for the back legs, you're going to take these purple legs and bring them up. And as you bring them up, these things do move down to make his robot mode feet. And then you just rotate his head, position his antennas, and you're done.
Mm-hmm. I'll raise these up a little.
So there he is in robot mode.
Let's go ahead and get a close-up of him right quick.
Close up of his face.
Yeah, well, that'll work too. I mean, yeah, that's what G1 kickback looks like in the face. And like we said, this right here, the reason why is you can pull that down, and originally you could fit a little Diaclone guy in there from the original toy line. There you go. So, Colton's going to get off into the articulation. We'll go from there.
And articulation, head can swivel around. His arms can rotate all the way around, and you can move these wings.
That's as far as you can go.
And that's as far as his legs can move forward.
Right, and another thing I do want to say, and I forgot to mention this, but these are 1980s, so there is some die cast on them. This is not all plastic. Some of this does have die cast metal on each one of these Insecticons.
And his legs can move back about that far. And that's it. And if he had a little gun, he would have him hold it in either one of his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't really hold it. All you do is just like, I think he would clip it on his arm.
Yeah, you would clip it on his arm. And like I said, I forgot, but we'll wait until the whole roundup of the team to show them where the die cast is at. I forgot that they had die cast metal on them. Sure did. Because these are not all just plastic. There are metal parts in them. He is a short guy. I think he's the shortest one out of the bunch. I could be wrong. We'll get a group shot. Yeah, Bombshell is still taller than Kickback. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think he is. He's pretty short. Okay, now we're going to move those two out the way. And we are going to get on to the next one. And the next one is
shrapnel. And this is the last Insecticon here.
Shrapnel. And he's right. This is the last. There was only 3 Insecticons. Now, as far as the movie where they actually got some real spotlight. Because I will say something later on about more Insecticons that come out of G1. But these were the most recognized Insecticons. Shrapnel. He transforms into a stag beetle. The subgroup he belongs to is the Insecticons. His saying, control electricity and you control the world. His bio, the energetic way in which Shrapnel phrases his dialogue may seem endearing at first. Others are soon to discover that he seemingly being tact is merely the getaway to a frightfully twisted and perverse mind, even for a master of electricity. His dark desires puts this skill to use on his victims. And they have phrases here, victims. Nothing delights him more than to see how the squirm from his touch of electricity affects Autobots, Decepticons, and even humans. Weapons, the ability, twin antennas that are able to attract and generate and control electrical current. So he just likes to torture people with electricity. But he has a different way of speaking. Kind of like Grimlock, the way he speaks, me Grimlock. These Insecticons, when they talk, always at the last part of the sentence, they repeat the last word. And you'll know what I mean when you get off into watching the G1 Transformers. When you first see the Insecticons and you hear them talk. But that's just a glitch in their subgroup that makes them talk like that. So, this is Shrapnel. These right here, he transforms into a stag beetle. So, he's kind of got like pincher claws for the very top of his beetle mode. But he normally would use them for electricity, to shoot electricity out of them and hit whatever he's aiming at. Besides munching on stuff. Because this subgroup loves to terrorize and loves to just demolish stuff. From buildings to cars to, it don't matter. Their appetite is just ferocious as far as destroying stuff and eating it. So I'm going to let Colton get on with the transformation.
And there's no articulation in this mode. Well, that one is really loose. This side holds up a lot better, but the other side is kind of loose.
Mm-hmm.
And you can open up and close his little pinchers, but when you do that, you expose the robot mode face, so I would suggest you keeping it closed. And you can open up the little cockpit to fit in the little Diaclone dude inside. And the chrome, of course, does have a little bit of wear and tear where you can see the little bit of yellow here. And he does have a little rub symbol, which you can see the Decepticon symbol here.
So we don't know what happened to it. It's just that's the way it come and that's the way it is. Because these are 1980s originals. So don't know how it got to be like that, but it is what it is.
So to transform him, you're going to come to the back and extend the back. And you're also going to rotate him at the waist and flip up his feet. And also, when you're going back into beast mode, you do need to fold down his feet before you can collapse his legs up. Because if you leave his feet folded out and try to collapse in the legs, you're not going to be able to collapse them in all the way. It'll just stop right here because his feet are blocking it. So if you want to collapse these up, you first need to fold down his feet and then collapse them all the way up.
But you have to pay attention to how this foot right here goes in there, because it's on a slider. See that joint right there that just come out right there that he's pointing at? It has to be lined up pretty good right there in order for it to come up and down.
And you just position his arms.
Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. You got him now.
And on the back, you do want to take these little beast mode legs and fold them up. Oh, I did forget to mention, in beast mode, he does have 4 little wheels that he can roll in beast mode. And then you just open up the little pinchers to reveal his robot mode head. And there is his robot mode.
Okay, for his articulation, what we got there?
And for his articulation, arms can rotate all the way around, but they do get hindered by these little pincher things. And
no, there's no head articulation. No.
But he does have some like waist articulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his legs can go forward about
that far. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, no. It actually. Oh, it actually moves up really far, right?
Yes, but be careful getting it back down. Make sure you don't put no stress on it.
But you do want to be very careful. But they can't. Well, they can go back with no problems. But I'm not gonna do it.
Right, with the G1, like I said, you want to be careful how you move the joints because it is 20 plus year old bigger.
And that's it.
So he is pretty much the master of electricity.
And if he had his little gun, you would clip it on either one of his elbows here.
Right, clip it on one of his elbows, and he does have little shooters right there.
On the bottom of his elbows.
Right, on both arms. Both hands.
So now, let's get the rest of the Insecticons in as a group shot.
Right, and put Bombshell in the middle. As if I'm right, Bombshell is the tallest. Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Sure is. Bombshell is the tallest. Now, come into the 1980s Transformers the movie. If y'all remember, y'all will see this guy. And this guy, he gets hit by Cup when they're going into Autobot City.
And I believe Hot Rod kind of got him hit.
Right, yep, you're right. Hot Rod hit him first, then Cup was right behind Hot Rod, which totally knocked him off. This guy right here, oh, he just, he had it bad.
he did got run over by Hot Rod.
Is that Hot Rod?
Yes.
Okay.
But when he got up, Cup was right in front of him, and instead of running him over, he just got his head squashed.
Yeah, he didn't have a good day. It took a really big Advil to get over that. As far as Bombshell, y'all tell me if y'all seen Bombshell in the movie, because I don't remember if he made an appearance or... Oh, yes, he did. You know where they made an appearance? It just hit me. Yes, they did. Some of these Insecticons made an appearance when they got a whole different design from Unicron. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
And it was it was one of the sweeps, which is part of Scourge.
Right, it totally slipped my mind.
Or
Sweeps, Cyclonus.
Or I think he got reformatted into Cyclonus.
He was one of them.
Well, one of them was... Well, in the movie, there was two versions of Cyclonus. One of them is the regular Cyclonus, and the other one was his Armada self.
So, that's where the Insecticons, they did make different debuts in Transformers, this series. Not the cartoon yet, not the movie. Excuse me, not the movie, not yet. But their introduction was also into this series. And then, when Transformers the movie come out, you see them again. And like I said, you hear them talk in the original series and stuff like that. Their last word, they always repeat. So it's kind of weird. They have a ferocious appetite. This guy is into mind control. This guy is he is a, I want to say that word, manipulative. Have y'all ever had words that y'all just have a problem saying, but y'all can read it perfect?
Manipulative.
There, he just said it. Okay, he just said it. That's what he's an expert of words. To get Autobots, Decepticons into doing what he wants. And this guy right here, He likes it playing with electricity. The more the better. All three of these have a ferocious appetite for eating metal or whatever they can get their hands on.
And as for the Transformers movie itself, that my dad was asking y'all, he was asking y'all about the Transformers movie that came out in 1986, not the one directed by Michael Bay.
Correct. The 1986 Transformers the movie, which I still think ranks number one. Y'all can say what y'all want, you know. As far as I'm concerned, that's still one of the best movies of my top 10 for sure.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's ever going to be kicked out because the soundtrack was perfect. It was just how it came together was great, perfect storytelling. It had a couple of hiccups a little bit here and there, but the action was good, the lighting was good. But anyway, we're going to do a whole entire video of that in itself. Because today, this is only about the Insecticons. Kickback, Bombshell, Shrapnel.
And I think Bombshell has a little broken Insecticon leg from what I saw here.
He might. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I noticed that when I put it on him, that he was missing that part. But his arm was better compared to what was there before. So, like I said, I did repair his arm. This is another part of an arm that was a lot better than what was shipped to me. And that's okay. If you know how to repair them and fix them, and you take your time, it's doable. You can actually fix these. Me, this is part of my 1980s story, and this is what I know, where I reviewed the original stuff and my son reviews the stuff of today.
Right.
And that's the way we do it. So with that said, hey y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. They thank you. Me and my son thank you. We appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. I'm going to let Colton wrap it up. We'll talk to y'all next time.
And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. Or y'all could also follow me or support me on Patreon. And I will leave a link to my Patreon account in the description box down below. Or you can click on the little Patreon box right here in this corner. Yes, right here in this corner. Because I think in my other video, I just said it was right here. But no, it's actually right here where you can go to my Patreon account, where it has the letter P. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.